Hello aspirants, welcome to Ekam ICE Academy. Today we are going to discuss about UNESCO Biosphere Reserves. Now let us understand what is the context of this particular issue is. Recently UNESCO has added 11 more biosphere reserves into its network of biosphere reserves. And globally, these are varying from different countries like Mongolia, Colombia, Italy, Netherlands, Spain, etc. So they are covering from many other countries, but none of them is from India. So we are going to discuss what is a biosphere reserve, what are the functions of a biosphere reserve, what is the primary differentiation between national park, wildlife sanctuary and a biosphere reserve, and what is Indian status in conservation of biodiversity from biosphere reserves perspective. And also we are going to discuss about what are all the biosphere reserves there in India, along with what are there in the world network of biosphere reserves which is maintained by UNESCO. All these aspects we'll look into, and we'll be discussing this in a short and crisp way. So here, first thing to start is we'll see the biosphere reserves from India in the later part of the video. So first thing is you have to understand 11 sites got added from many countries and none of them is from India. So now first thing you have to keep in mind is from over the world, how many biosphere reserves are there means we have almost 759 biosphere reserves across the world. But out of them, only 136 were registered as part of World Network of Biosphere Reserves of UNESCO. What is UNESCO? UNESCO is a specialized agency of UN established in 1945. It is dealing especially with United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization. So it deals with some aspects of science, education as well as culture, and it is also contributing for preservation of biodiversity, sustainable development as well as cultural management. So then out of this 759, 136 are part of MAB program, Man and Biosphere program of UNESCO. This is started in the year 1971. Then we also have to keep in mind out of 136, 24 biosphere reserves are having transboundary status. That means they're sharing border with 2 or more countries. Then now let us look into all these 11. You need not remember because they are none from India. So if it is from India only, you have to keep in mind. But for your reference, these were given. Then what is a biosphere reserve? So first thing is, when you talk about biodiversity conservation, we have 2 different types of methods. So one is in situ conservation and one is ex situ conservation. So what is in situ conservation? In situ means on site. That means wherever the flora or fauna is residing, the habitat, if you're conserving there itself, we call it as in situ conservation. But if you're conserving the animal outside its habitat, we call it ex situ. So under which category this biosphere reserve fall down is under in situ category. That means in the place of its own residence or habitat only we are conserving. That is why it is an example of in situ conservation. Then what is a biosphere reserve means? Any area which is having ecological significance, which is an ecosystem, and if we are trying to conserve the entire ecosystem in a sustainable way, as well as we wanted also to develop it economically, but it has to be in a sustainable way, then we can designate it as a biosphere reserve and we can maintain that as part of our biodiversity conservation protection. So what are the main things you have to keep in mind is any biosphere reserve has 3 areas. So one is core area, then we have a buffer area, then we have a transition area. So this will be normally the division inside a biosphere reserve. Here in the core area, as this is having higher concentration of biodiversity, normally there will be strict imposition of rules and regulations. There won't be any human intervention allowed inside the core area. Then in terms of buffer area, this is the area where it is having somewhat relaxations, where the people work and live in harmony with the nature. So which are all eco-friendly activities, those will be permitted. And in the transition area, there will be somewhat more relaxation measures and all. So here also you can conduct any developmental activity or anything which is in aligning with the nature. So here also you can conduct anything eco-friendly. So you cannot disturb this. And you know, inside or outside any protected area, up to 10 kilometer area you have, outside 10 kilometers from the boundary of an area, you have it designated as ecologically sensitive zone so that it can act as a buffer. Okay, so against any human intervention, this will act as a buffer. This is what you have to keep in mind. Then we have the biosphere reserve versus national park versus wildlife sanctuary. So what is the primary differentiation is national park, wildlife sanctuary and biosphere reserve. All these 3 are examples of in situ conservation only. So all 3 are part of in situ conservation. And if you see national park, normally it is not designated to conserve a particular biotic community. The same is the case with wildlife sanctuary also. Both national park and wildlife sanctuary will be designated respectively for conservation of a particular species. So if that particular species is in an endangered position or it is going extinct, then we can designate for conservation of that particular species an area in which it is having higher concentration as a national park and wildlife sanctuary. But whereas in a biosphere reserve, we designate anything as a biosphere reserve not to protect a particular species but to protect the ecosystem as a whole. So if you want to conserve the entire ecosystem, then you can designate it as a biosphere reserve. This is a primary differentiation. Then in terms of scientific research, whether any scientific research is allowed means in national park you don't allow, but in case of a wildlife sanctuary, scientific research will be allowed, and also in a biosphere reserve there won't be any scientific research allowed. Okay, so better conservation you can ensure through biodiversity or biosphere reserve. So compared to the national park and wildlife sanctuary, here national park will have more number of restrictions and here less number of restrictions on a permitted basis will be allowed. Then who is going to designate this means national park or wildlife sanctuary? Again, state legislature has to demarcate. Even the biosphere reserve also has to be demarcated by the state legislature itself. Okay. Then in case if it is having boundary with 2 or more, then center will intervene. Then how many national parks are there in India as on date means 104. You have 550 plus sanctuaries in India and we have 18 biosphere reserves as on date. So this is a primary differentiation one needs to know. Then what is the status of biosphere reserves in India? As on already told you, we have 18 biosphere reserves listed, and out of 18, we have 12 biosphere reserves listed in India under MBAB program, Man and Biosphere program, also called UNESCO's network of biosphere reserves. So it was initiated in the year 1971 for better conservation and regulation of biosphere reserves. Then what are the functions of biosphere reserve? So main functions is to ensure conservation, then there also has to be development in line with the conservation, and there also has to be some support of logistics. What are logistics? You can encourage some research, education, training, etc. So this area which is having all the three, we call it as a biosphere reserves. This is a function of a biosphere reserve. Now let us see the practice question given for the day. Most important strategy for conservation of biodiversity together with traditional human life is establishment of which particular in situ conservation measure? Try to put your answer in the comment section. Then as we have reached the end of the video, we have discussed about UNESCO's biosphere program. How many biosphere reserves are there across the world? We have discussed what is the status in India and what is a biosphere reserve, how it was further divided we have seen, and we also have seen how many biosphere reserves are there in India. As on date 18 you can see only the starred ones are part of UNESCO's MAB program. The first biosphere reserve to be recognized is Nilgiri, and the recent one is Panna Biosphere Reserve from the state of Madhya Pradesh. Out of 18, we have 12 biosphere reserves registered under MAB program of India, right? So this is what you have to keep in mind. We also have seen what are the functions of a biosphere reserve and how many biosphere reserves are part of MAB program and all other things associated with biosphere reserves for your benefit we have discussed. This is all with respect to this video. If you like the video informative, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks for joining us. All the very best.